Hello everybody, it's Bea from Bespoke Crafts and welcome to my channel. Before I discuss the card, I'd like to take this opportunity to thank everybody for subscribing to my channel. It's so appreciated. 285, I'm absolutely gobsmacked and so thrilled. So if you're watching this intro and you haven't yet subscribed, please consider doing so. It doesn't cost you a penny, but it really does help my channel. Also, if you like the content of the videos, please press the like button for me. Again, that obviously helps my channel. Put comments in. I love reading all the comments that I get. Click on the notification bell for me, and you'll be notified when my videos come out. I do try and do 2 to 3 a week, sometimes more, sometimes less, depending on what's going on around here. So yeah, this is a card that I've made for our sister-in-law, and she's cat crazy, and I thought she's got photographs of her cats all over the house. So what I thought I would do was try to make them into like portraits on a wall. So a bit arty, but there you go, that's what I've tried to do. What I do use, my Colop Create little mini printer. You'll be seeing it later on, but I'll just show you it now. So this is it. It's just a little mini printer. We don't have a large printer. This is the only printer I have, and I absolutely love it. I've just had it for maybe 2 years now. It's just brilliant. It works off my phone, it works off my iPad. I'm trying to see if I can work it off my computer because you get more fonts on there, to be fair. But by the by, if you're interested in this, have a look in my description because there are lots and lots of links, including one to have a look at the Create. But there's also a Colop Create, a Colop Go. You might go, I think it is, but it's called the Go anyway. So, but which is a lot smaller. It's like a little cube. So yeah. So what I've decided to do as well, and I've done it on quite a few cards, is on the back. I'd stuff this up a little bit. Is to view your card being made, go to my YouTube channel, Bespoke Crafts, and I'll put the hashtag number on it. So if anybody receives a card from me, and I've made a video, they can go look how their card has come together. So as the video goes on, I'm going to be doing a voiceover. I will be fast forwarding. If you've watched my channel before, you do know that I do that. I have internet issues. Sometimes it can take maybe 6 or 7 hours just to upload a 20-minute video, so I try and cut them down a little bit, although I have just started talking about the card, but I actually quite like doing this bit. So rather than just having a picture of the card, talking a little bit first. So we're going to crack on with the video now. So there will probably be music in there. If not, it'll be me talking all the way through. All right then, so I will see you in the video. Hello everybody, I'm back over there on the voiceover now. In the background you'll hear Merlin on cue. If you're new to the channel, Merlin is my African grey parrot, and he can be quite noisy. Anyway, these stamp and dies that I've got, I went to a charity shop. I'm a sod for it really. I do take my bits to the charity shop as well as cards, and I like to pick up bits, and this was part of a bundle that I'd got, so I don't know who they buy or whatever, but I just couldn't resist them as well. They are absolutely gorgeous. So these are the colours that I'm using, and I shall just show you the colours as I'm going along. So I'm going to, as you can see, this is fast forwarded. So I'm going to pop you some music on so you can enjoy the colouring in. I'll be popping in and out at various times during the video. Facial expressions on these cats are absolutely brilliant, don't you think? They're so lumpy. What I've decided to do, because as I've mentioned previously on previous videos, that I don't like to see the white around the edges, and because I wasn't sure about what the background I was going to do, I decided to cut off and trim all the way round, which meant cutting off the whiskers and the odd bits of fluff around the outside of them. Now I've done this on all of them. It was obviously quite a time consuming process. I really don't mind fussy cutting at all. So yeah, there you go, just finishing off there now. So I'm going around the edges obviously because I've just cut off, and I don't like to see the white marks around the edge of the die cuts as well. Excuse me. So I cut a panel out, which is 5 1/4 by 5 1/4, and I'm just going to spend some time looking for placement. So what I'm doing now is stamping down the full, obviously the full image again, because when I put the die cut down, I still want to be able to see where the whiskers are, and the other little bits of the element of the dies that make them so, well, make them so sweet. So I'm using Versifying Clay for this, because I'm not going to be using, I'm not going to be colouring them in or anything. It is literally just for the background pieces that I've already cut off. I've also got the masks for these. I do not know why I put the mask on. It wasn't necessary. I suppose if you've got it, you use it. I do like to have masks for nearly all my stamps. I have got them, and these are literally just done on paper, and they're just not sticky or anything, because they just sit flat anyway. So it's just so you can make them so versatile. You can so versatile, and I loved having the laid up look where there's some in the background and some in the forefront, which looks quite cool. So I have masked them all up now because I'm going to use the Distress Oxide sprays. I've got Pushed Olive, Fire Brick and Vintage Photo. And literally all I want to do is put little splats on. And that's it. That was a little bit bigger splat than I wanted, but go with the flow. You have to shape these up really quite well. They have ball bearings in them. Because there's a sediment that goes to the bottom. So as you can see, it's just little splats all over. And then I've decided in a few minutes, there we go, that I needed a little bit of blue in it, because I've done the cats a blue grey, and they've got blue in the eyes as well. This is Mermaid Lagoon that I'm using. I should have waited before I took those off. Have dried them off with my Ranger heat tool. Please remember to, when you're not using this heat tool, to unplug it. This was on one of Tim's videos that he did, and apparently they can just burst into flames, so just keep them unplugged when you're not using them, please. So I'm going to colour around the outside of all of the images using just one base colour of that particular cat. Excuse me. And this is just so that you don't, but it just sits nicer. And there's going to be little bits of fur that I've cut off previously, that just needs that little bit of colour added into it. And I should have waited a little bit longer because all the little splats hadn't dried, and by the time I'd looked at the side of my right hand, I'd got little bits of the ink on it which it had smudged, which then changes how I'm going to change the look of the card. You have to make a negative into a positive, happy mistakes as it were. I'm liking how this is coming together. Sister-in-law is absolutely mad about her cats. So because I've smudged it a little bit, I'm going to just add a little bit of water, use my heat gun to dry down. Now when you're using your heat gun, and you'll find that your paper bends, if you turn your paper back over again and run your heat tool over it, it'll actually bend it back again. So it straightens it out a little bit. Excuse me. So just nibbling little bits off, and then I'm going to stick these pussycats down. That's me just putting the oxides down again. Double checking the edges. And I'm using Nouveau. I always forget what this glue is. This is one I'm just trying at the moment. It's a Nouveau Deluxe Adhesive. My preference is Gina K's, which is, it's the Gina K Connect glue. So I've cut out some frames. I'm not sure where these have come from. I've had them in my stack for a while. So this is what I'm going to be using for the picture frames. I'm just putting some glossy accents on the eyes, just to give them that beady eye look, and just to make them glossy, obviously. This stuff goes a long way. I must have had this little tub for at least 2 years, and it's literally, I've got it in my hand now, and it's just 2 fluid ounces, and it's obviously by Ranger. I've never tried any other, but I do like this one. That's my preference. So I'm using some antique paste. This is gold. It smells like oranges. It smells lovely. So I'm just using a makeup applicator. I don't want it fully covered. I want it to be look quite distressed and rustic. And I'm going to be using foam tape on the back. This is some really thin strips of foam tape, which are ideal. You don't have to mess about cutting them up into thinner pieces. And a tip for foam tape as well, if you want it to go around any shapes. I do find it a lot easier if you take a strip and then just slowly take the backing off it. It becomes more pliable, so you can put it around the shapes that you want without it creasing up or getting lumps and bumps in it. So I'm just adding a little bit more glue just to the back of them, and to put them in their picture frames. I did think about putting a little handles on them. So I'm just looking which colour I'm going to use to back. This card is from the range. and I've cut that. It's just over 5¼ from 5¼ It's just very slightly bigger matten layer. I don't want to have too much of a board around it. And now just sticking down using Collall glue. I've learnt with this glue, it does come off really, really easily. But when you're spreading it, I just like to spread it around the edges because it does splurge out a little bit. And I'm getting ready to use my Colop Create. This is my little handheld printer that I was talking about at the beginning. It's just so versatile, so versatile. And the good thing about it was, I wanted some more ink cartridges for it. And I got a stash. And I got the last two. They were about £40, I think. But I got two from somebody who'd recommended from Hobbycraft. And it was for another make, and they were selling them off at 2 for £10. So I bought a couple of them, so I'm well stocked up with those as well. So I hope you've enjoyed the video, everybody, and I hope you've enjoyed the card. So yes, thank you for watching, and I will see you for the next video, which will be #90. Thanks everybody. Bye for now. Bye.